Unit 5 Operating System Session 2. At the end of this session, you will learn about icons seen on the desktop. Now, what happens when we switch on a computer? We have already learned the importance of an operating system. Operating system is mandatory for a computer. Without an operating system, the computer is a big zero. So, immediately when we switch on a computer, all the data in the operating system should be loaded to a temporary memory called RAM. This process is known as booting. So only booting can ensure the proper functioning of all the hardwares which works according to the set of instructions in the operating system. After booting, what happens is the user login windows appear. We can log in by typing the password. If the password is not set, desktop of the user will appear directly. Beautiful background and some small pictures can be seen on your desktop. Okay. Now what is the small pictures called? These small pictures are called as icons. These icons represent application softwares and works what we have done. All right. Okay. Now let's get familiarized with these icons. This PC, network, recycle bin, and taskbar. And all these icons are commonly seen on a desktop, right? Yes. Now let's study these icons one by one. First of all, this PC. Okay. Now, what is this PC? This PC shows the total storage of a system. And this total storage of that hard disk has been divided into some partitions. We can see them by double clicking on this PC. Now let's go in detail. Okay. Now by double clicking this icon, this PC, we will get a window like this. And we have already learned this PC shows the total storage of our system. And we have also seen that this total storage has been divided into partitions named C, D, E, etc. And the files of Windows operating system is usually stored in the C drive. All the system softwares are usually stored in the C drive. Now, files of the users are stored in the any other drives like D, E, etc. Also, we can see folders named desktop, documents, downloads, music, pictures, videos in this PC. Okay? Okay. Now let's move on to our next icon. Network. What do you mean by networking? Networking means connecting more than one computer to each other. So obviously, this icon is used for networking between the computers and configuring different networks. All right, let's move on to our next icon. Recycle bin. This is very familiar for you, right? Yes, the deleted files are kept in the recycle bins. Files deleted by mistake can be restored from the bin. But there are ways to delete the files of recycle bin permanently. That means which cannot be restored. Now one method to do is that press Shift and Delete button together to delete a file. The next way is by right-clicking on the recycle icon and opting Empty Recycle Bin. Now the third way is recycle bin can be emptied by selecting all the files in the bin and then clicking the delete button in the keyboard. Now, to bring a file back from the recycle bin to computer, make a right click on the file and select restore. All right. Okay. The next icon is taskbar. And here we can see a start button, then a search box, many applications, and at the extreme right corner, we can see a notification area too. Now let's see one by one. The first one is the options for shutting and restarting the computer are available on the start button. Now applications, files, and folders can be found by typing their names in the quick search box near the start button. We can open different applications by clicking on the icons in the taskbar or clicking on the start icon. Now, the icons of already open softwares can also be seen on the taskbar. All right. Next is notification area. All right. Let's move on. Notification area can be seen on the right side of the taskbar. Here, we can see system date, time, network. That means any Wi-Fi connection or network we are using. Then sound status and battery status can be seen here. By clicking on the arrow, pen drives, external hard disk connected to the computer can be seen. Okay, thank you. That's all for today's session. We will see you in our next session.